So according to foodandwine.com, our next guest's debut cookbook was one of this spring's best, full of modern Afro-Caribbean recipes. It's the perfect place to find dishes for your next barbecue.
Here with a scrumptious summer spread is the author of Yod, Adrian Forte. Adrian, welcome to our show.
Thank you for having me, guys. It's an absolute pleasure.
Well, it's our pleasure. We're thrilled to have you here sharing your delicious recipes with us. And before we dig in, why don't you tell us what Yod is all about? Are we saying that right?
Yeah, we say
Yod.
You're saying it right.
Like backyard? Backyard?
Oh, like a yard, man. You know,
Yeah.
It's like it's patois for home.
Okay.
Oh, beautiful.
Got it.
So
Beautiful.
what that means to me is the cookbook is inspired by all the dishes that I like to eat as a Jamaican chef, right? So you're seeing food through my lenses.
Oh. Okay, well, we can't wait to get
Yes.
started. And we're going to start with this Caribbean crab dip. Tell us about this dish and how it comes together.
It's so delicious. So we have some lump crab here, some jerk marinade, some cheese, some garlic, and some green onions. Basically, you put everything together in a bowl with some cream cheese and some mayo, a little bit of lemon juice. You mix the whole thing together, and you add it to a casserole dish or a skillet, and then you brulee the top with a little bit more cheese on top. So you could use
my
this spread not just as a dip. You can put it in grilled cheese.
Yes.
You can put it in a quesadilla. You can add it to your mac and cheese. But I want you guys to try
And I love
this.
that I mean, there's a lot of crab. I can see the amount of crab
I'm not
in here.
skimping on the crab.
Can we try? Let's go. Come
course,
on.
go ahead,
What are
yeah.
you waiting for?
Grab a plantain
we're
chip
gonna
and
try,
just-
but tell us more about the jerk marinade that you use.
Yeah.
So I like to make my own jerk marinade. I've worked on it for years to handcraft it.
Oh,
And I
wow.
always encourage people to make your own jerk. If you're not a fan of spice, you're able to control the heat or the capsaicin by the amount of Scotch bonnets that you add.
You're good.
Yeah,
Did you?
I haven't yet.
Oh,
Is it so
sorry.
good?
Sorry.
Yeah. Is it
This
so
is
good?
gorgeous,
Thank
and
you.
I'm imagining all the things I can do with it.
Oh yeah.
All right?
Isn't this, you guys,
Yeah.
this is so good. Question for you. We know what jerk means, like, oh, what a jerk. But what does jerk mean in this context?
So a jerk is actually a method of cookery.
No
So it's derived from barbacoa. It's being able to cook anything over pimento wood or pimento charcoal. So that's what actual jerk is. So it's not necessarily the marinade or season. That is a component of jerk, but it's just as barbacoa, which you'd add, or barbecue, which North Americans call it. So jerk is a method of cookery. It's how you cook a protein.
Do you share your jerk recipe in the book?
Yes, it's in the
Whoa,
cookbook.
okay.
Yeah, it's in the
This
cookbook.
nice.
This dip is next level. I can't stop. Like, I want to take a spoon and just go right
Yes.
for it.
I encourage it.
Okay, so a classic summer barbecue staple is ribs. Now, you've made some stout glazed ones for us. I can't wait. Okay, tell us everything about the marinade.
Yeah, so in Jamaica, stout is a big thing. We drink stout warm on a
Okay.
hot day. Don't ask me why, that's just what we do.
Fine.
So I wanted to incorporate it into my recipes. So I used it to marinate the ribs and also to glaze them. So I took some of that marinade and added some molasses, some soy sauce, reduced it, and that's what finishes the ribs. So the marinade is used to season it, and the glaze is used to finish it, to get that nice crispiness.
Yes, I can take. Actually, I can take. It's so tender too. Oh, it's so tender, so
Oh
good.
my God. How do you cook these? Do you do them on the barbecue or in
Yeah,
the
so
oven?
it's very simple. You can do either barbecue or the oven. Simply just marinate them overnight, wrap them in some foil, put them on a tray, put them in your oven, or even on the barbecue. Leave them for 2 hours, and you're good to go.
Slow, slow.
Low and slow. Yeah, low and slow is the key.
Oh
You
my
see how tender it
gosh.
is? It fell right off the bone. I had
Yep.
barely had to pull it. It's so good.
I also have a question. So
like
I'm
competition. Do you
want me to
going
go
just,
for you?
Hey, no, listen. When you think about ribs, perfect pairing for that is crispy okra slaw.
Yes.
And you say this one was inspired by someone who we really enjoy, and he's also a friend of yours, Chef Bashir Mounier.
Oh, yeah.
So that warms my heart that you two have a relationship. I want to hear about your friendship,
Yeah.
and I also want to hear about the dish.
Yeah, that's my brethren. So we did a lot of events during pre-pandemic at the Black Creek Community Farm. So this dish was inspired by him. He really introduced me to a lot of African-centric ingredients and got me to really focus more on trying to highlight certain ingredients from the diaspora to get people to cook more biodiverse. So he's a really big mentor of mine, and that's my brethren. You know? We cook together all the time.
beautiful. That's
So this is
beautiful.
inspired by him, a little bit of tahini in it because of his background, obviously. So we worked on this dish together, and we're
wanted that
doing
one. Oh, sorry.
events for the community at Black Creek Community Farm
Yep.
to also highlight things that are grown in that farm, because most people don't know that Ontario has like the most fertile soil.
We
Green
do.
belt, yeah.
We do. We
Yeah.
have incredible.
You can grow everything. You can grow okra, you can grow kalaloo, you can grow all types
I
of
did not
Caribbean
know that.
ingredients. Yeah,
I did
here
not
in
know that.
Ontario.
Something we should be really proud of and
Yes, we
very
should.
protective of. Sorry, I didn't mean to point my.
Oh, this okra tastes so good. Now, you know, back to well, you're growing okra here.
Yeah.
So there are people who are afraid to try okra,
Yes.
and you say, I mean, I love it, but I guess there are people out there. So why do you think that is?
Okay, so people, you're eating this, so it's gonna kind of sound gross, but people are scared of okra because it releases a mucus or a slime.
Does it really?
It does. When it cooks, it releases these liquids, right? It's a little bit slimy from the pods. But the best way to cook it is super, super high heat. Dry it out, remove some of that liquid, and then the texture changes. It's because it has a lot to do with like people who are textural eaters. You don't want anything slimy to eat. It's like very mucusy.
You have explained so much to me because I generally I'm always sort of turned off by the texture of it.
Exactly.
This is like a shishito pepper almost in texture.
Yes,
Fast
because the liquid
heat.
has been reduced. So fast heat, you can do oven. In East Indian cuisine, they swear by doing it like very, very high heat, sauteing it. You get all the moisture out and you're good to go. But okra is also good for stews and soups for thickening them.
Yeah,
right?
of course, a natural
I love it.
Yeah, you don't have to use a roux if you're celiac or you don't want to eat any stuff like that. So
How would you describe the flavor of okra
Yeah.
It's
for people?
nutty,
who,
it's fruity, it's very grassy, it's healthy.
It's really
healthy,
good.
but this does not taste healthy. This tastes like, you know, like
How it should.
heaven.
How it should.
Yeah, this is gorgeous. So okra, we can do it. You said soups and stews.
Yep.
I love it in a salad. I've never
Yeah.
thought about that. Any other ways you can think of?
I mean, crispy fried. In the South, they do it like that. It's battered and deep fried. There's so
imagine
many
it
ways you can do
battered?
it. Yeah, you can stuff them also, like you do jalapeno poppers
Oh yeah. What would you stuff them with?
with my crab dip.
With your crab dip.
Genius.
Sorry, that's
mean,
genius.
Genius.
That is a beautiful thing. Adrian, thank you so much for
pleasure.
sharing your beautiful food with us. And to find these amazing recipes, head to our social media pages after the show.
Okay, so don't forget, the cookbook is called Yod. And we have good news for our studio audience. Let me just do this right here and show you that you are all going home.